Hi, I'm Felipa, and today is day 119 of my 365-day commitment to finish reading this Bible. It is December 28th, and we start with Psalm number 9, where David praises God for victory. And so he just basically talks about how enemies will turn back, perish in thy presence, how God will put away the heathen and the wicked, and that God will be a refuge for the oppressed and a refuge in times of trouble. And he also asks God to have mercy upon David, and realizing that David has enemies who are against him. And he also acknowledges that God, it says, the Lord is known by the judgment which he executeth. The wicked is snared in the work of his own hands. Higayon Selah. And verse 20, it says, put them in fear, O Lord, that the nations may know themselves to be but men. Selah. So basically saying, put people in fear so that the nations know that they are just man, that there is something greater than them, which is God. And I looked up this word Selah, a Hebrew word and typically seen in Psalms and in music and in hymns, basically denoting a mindful pause and a stillness. So Psalm number 10, David complains to God about the wicked, and he just basically says, why is it that the wicked continue to prevail? Why do they continue to have secret places and lying in wait like a lion, ready to pounce on the poor and the desolate? And he asks God to recognize this wickedness and to essentially pass on judgment to those who deceive and who are full of mischief and vanity and things like that. And he asks the Lord to hear his desire and to judge everybody who is wronging the rest of the nation, so that people are no longer oppressed. In Psalm number 11, David takes refuge in God. In verse 5, he says, the Lord trieth the righteous, but the wicked and him that loveth violence his soul hateth. So he talks about how his soul has trust in God, and that the Lord is in his holy temple. The Lord's throne is in heaven. His eyes behold, his eyelids try the children of men, and that God always protects the upright or the righteous. And in Psalm number 12, David craves God's protection, and he just basically asks God to cast off all the ones who are vain and who speak as if they don't even believe that there is a Lord over them, and so they're kind of high and mighty and speak in vain, as if they have nobody above them who governs them. And so David just says the Lord is pure, and he asks for God's protection. That's it for day 119. Thank you so much for listening. I'll be back the following day for day 120. See you soon.